Hey everybody, it's Jason Creel and you're watching The Lawn Care Life. Today I'm going to try two different combinations of herbicides and I'm going to see if I can knock out some of the toughest summer weeds I'm dealing with. And I'm talking about Nutsedge and Kyllinga. Now I'm not saying knock them out as in kill them and never see them again, but can I make them look so sad they'll stop growing for a couple of months? That would be a victory in my mind. So I'm going to show you the products I'm using, and then we're going to spray the weeds, going to check on it and see how well it works. Now today's video is sponsored by my friends at Graham Spray Equipment. You can see my Graham spray rig behind me. They are the ones that make the spray rigs I use in my local lawn care business. Check them out at grahamse.com. So here's today's contestants and what we're spraying on the lawn today. And I've talked about this in another video. This is a combination I use a lot in the summertime, and I do put surfactant with both these combinations. So we're going to have two different mixes. The first one again is a very common combination I'm using: Celsius and Certainty. Okay, now it's not a relatively inexpensive combination. I'm not usually going out blanket in the entire yard, but it is for our warm season grasses. It's one of the combinations that I can use as it gets warmer and seems to cause minimal damage to the lawn. So that's one reason I use it. But the other primary reason I use it is because it's very effective on many types of weeds, including sedges, including broadleaf weeds, including grassy weeds. So this is going to be one product we're going to use. We're going to try it out on the Kyllinga. We're going to try it out on the Nutsedge. And honestly, the Certainty is going to probably be doing most of the effectiveness for this particular application on those kind of weeds. The Celsius is great on the broadleaf weeds and some of the grassy weeds also, but in this video I think the Certainty is going to be doing most of the work. But we've got that mixed up already. And then on the other side, what I want to spray is we got Prosedge. Now Prosedge is pretty good on, actually very good on yellow and purple nutsedge. Not as good in my opinion on the Kyllinga. And so what I've done is mixed with, and this is the one I'm not showing you today, Dismiss NXT. Okay, and so that is the one that I'm going to use to see how well I can knock out the Kyllinga. And by putting the Prosedge with the Dismiss NXT, yes, again, it's not a relatively inexpensive combination, but just for spot treating, I think it's going to give me quite an effective application for both Kyllinga and the Nutsedge. And then I've got Change Up mixed in there with it. Now the reason I've got that in there is just to help with broadleaf weeds. It's not going to really be relevant for this particular application because it's not a sedge product. So alright, so let's try these out. We got them mixed up, two different sprayers. We're going to mark the weeds we're spraying with a little yard flag so I can come back and find the weeds that's been sprayed, compare them with weeds that's not been sprayed. We'll see, maybe one of them does a little better on the Kyllinga, one of them does a little better on the Nutsedge, and then we'll see, you know, just make some observations, see what happens. Let's get started. Alright, so here's some Kyllinga, and I think the type we have mostly in my area is called false green Kyllinga, but you'll see it has a little, I just call it like a little spiky ball on top of it. It is a sedge, and so I'm going to spray some of this Kyllinga. I'm going to spray this patch here with the Celsius and Certainty, and then I'm going to come over here, and there's a little bit that I'm going to spray with the Dismiss NXT Prosedge mix, okay? So let's get started right now, first with the Celsius and Certainty, and then we'll spray the other with the Dismiss NXT. Alright, make sure you follow the label, wear your PPE. I've got rubber boots, rubber gloves, and we're spraying Celsius and Certainty on Kyllinga. Now I've got surfactant mix in here to help it stick to the plant. I can put some links in the description to help you if you want to check out some of these products. Now we're going to spray Dismiss NXT on another patch. You notice I'm just spraying until it's wet. I'm not drowning it. The other thing, in the summertime, you want to be careful, and this is something I'm going to be observing here. It's early in the morning, the weather's not that hot, but it's going to be hot today, and I want to see if there's any damage, any discoloration to the turf. I'm spraying in Bermuda grass, so we'll see how well it handles, particularly with the dismissed products. Sometimes they can cause a little discoloration to the grass. All right, now we're going on to nutsedge. I believe this is purple nutsedge. Yellow usually has a little bit lighter colored leaf and grows more vertical. I'm not 100% sure. Yellow has a little bit finer point on it, and it one, matter of fact, that one looks a little bit sharper. So anyway, I'm not 100% sure. If I was guessing, I'd say this is purple, but it is nutsedge compared with the Kyllinga. Again, you can see this false green Kyllinga, I think, is the one we mostly deal with. And you can see the little spiky ball there. Now this hasn't been sprayed, but so I've got 2 patches of nutsedge over here. I've got some over here. So we're gonna spray first with the Celsius Uncertainty, then go back with the Dismiss NXT Pro Sedge combination. All right, Celsius Uncertainty combination. All right, Dismiss NXT. Dismiss NXT and Pro Sedge, I should have said. All right, that's it for the spray, and we'll check back on the results and see what happens. So we're about 4 days after the initial application. I want to show you what the nutsedge looks like, and also the green Kyllinga, and we'll see how well the 2 products are working, the 2 different mixes, I should say. So let's check out the Celsius Uncertainty on the nutsedge first. The thing you'll notice on this one is the discoloration. You see a little bit of yellowing, even some browning, and this has not been mowed since it was sprayed. So what I'm wondering is if we actually cut the grass, would it stop it from growing? Because I do, my gut feeling is yes, but I'll probably need to observe that. But it is having an effect on it. We're going to give it some more time. May not be the fastest product. Again, it's only been 4 days, so we're going to keep watching this. Now, if you look at the one in comparison with the Pro Sedge and Dismiss NXT, you're going to see visibly, I would say, better results. A little bit more impressive results on the initial application. I mean, you see some that really looks in worse condition. That's really what we're going for, to make it stop growing. Now, that may be some because the Dismiss NXT and the Pro Sedge are both working, or maybe it's the Dismiss NXT that's working faster. But you know, initially, I'm just showing you the results after 4 days. This combination, the Dismiss NXT Pro Sedge combo, has definitely outperformed the Celsius Certainty combo. Again, I'm not jumping to conclusions. I don't mean it's a better combo, but it's definitely shown to be more effective, at least initially. The other thing I'll notice, there is maybe a slight discoloration in the turf. With hot days we've had in the summer, that can be expected to some degree, but nothing bad, not like a big, huge brown spot. Sometimes you're gonna have some of that when it comes to spraying the grass. Now, some of this, you may see some other brown spots like this. That's just where an uneven spot was cut with a lawnmower. So, but if I'm just looking at this from a distance, you know, I can see just maybe a slightest discoloration there where it was sprayed. All right, let's take a look at the Kyllinga and see how it's doing after 4 days. And you can see more noticeable discoloration on the Kyllinga. You can see what it's doing to the leaf there, and again, hopefully stop from growing. There is some discoloration on the turf. You can see a darker color over here than what's been sprayed, but it's not horrible. This is the Celsius Certainty combo. So, yeah, some pretty good results. Honestly, looks a little bit better results on the Kyllinga than it did on the nutsedge. And if you go over here and look at the Dismiss NXT Pro Sedge mix, and again, I think it's almost exclusively the Dismiss NXT product, not Pro Sedge, just having the effect on the Kyllinga. But you can see also a slight bit of discoloration on the actual turf, and then starting to definitely be effective on the actual weed too. So looks to me like it's a little bit more effective than the Celsius Certainty, but both are doing a great job so far. we'll check back and see how these weeds are looking in a few more days. Okay, we've been about 10 days since the initial application. Honestly, that's all we're gonna give it for this video. Sure, we could keep watching it, but let's check on the results after 10 days. And you can see here the Celsius Certainty combo on the nutsedge. You can see it's definitely turned yellow. Now, it hasn't been mowed with a lawnmower, so I'm thinking if it's mowed, it's probably not gonna grow back very fast. And you can see one way down in here, that one right there, that's really been suppressed. So I think if that's cut off, it won't grow back for a while. Now, is it dead? No, it's not dead. Nutsedge is really, really difficult to kill. But you can see where I got some really serious suppression on some of these, like I've showed you. Others got some discoloration. Again, I think when the grass is mowed, it won't come back. So, you know, not bad results. I wouldn't just say A+, knocked it out of the park. So let's check on the Dismiss NXT Pro Sedge combo. And similar, but I would say maybe slightly better results on this one. I think probably the Pro Sedge, but maybe just having that combination did a little better. But you can see here the discoloration, the suppression. Worth noting that neither one of these applications really did any damage to the Bermuda turf, so that's great. See over here we got a little leaf burn, but same thing. I think when it's mowed it won't come back for a while. Some that maybe got sprayed a little heavier look like in worse shape, so not bad at all. But I would give maybe a slightest edge to the Pro Sedge Dismiss NXT, but really either one was effective, didn't kill it. But let's go check out the Kyllinga and see if we notice a difference on those two applications. All right, over to the Kyllinga trial run. We're going to start off with the Celsius Certainty, and you can see what's happened here. Okay, so got some, you know, action for sure. Some is, I don't know if this was Kyllinga, some of this stuff that's burnt up. Yeah, some of it really got burnt up nice and crispy. But I probably sprayed this a little heavier because I can see a little slight damage to the Bermuda. I'm not overly concerned about that because it'll bounce right back. Sometimes I'd rather, you know, put up with just a little bit of damage if I can control the weed. So some definite suppression. Didn't kill it, didn't disappear, didn't vanish in thin air, but it was effective in suppressing it. Let's compare that with the Dismiss NXT Pro Sedge combo. And again, on this, the Dismiss NXT is by far going to be the best of between it and Pro Sedge. I don't think the Pro Sedge is going to do a whole lot for me on this. It's going to be more the Dismiss NXT. And you can see here, you know, real comparable results. Honestly, I was kind of expecting a little bit better from the Dismiss NXT, and it you know, I don't know, I wouldn't really give it much of an edge over the Celsius Certainty. My flag's creating a little bit of a shadow. So there you have it. I mean, I was honestly, before I did it, I was thinking very similar results on the Pro Sedge, but I thought the Dismiss NXT would outperform on the Kyllinga. And it may on certain types of Kyllinga, it may in a different situation. But they were very comparable on both, so I really can't even give a slight edge to either one. I mean, you saw the results on video. So good to know both combinations do work on Kyllinga, do work on Nutsedge. They don't kill them completely, but for good suppression, these are two combinations that you can use. I'm Jason Creel. There's a lot of weed control videos. If you enjoy these type, there's mowing videos. I actually got over 600 lawn care videos. And if you're in the lawn care business, you can go over to lawncarelife.com. There's a lot of resources, video courses, documents, what to spray on your yard, pricing charts. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. So check it out. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.